So it was happening here. And you know, the land of the reasonable, supposedly, right? Or at least of the very sedately passive-aggressive. Which is, I think, a little more accurate. I mean, you know, so many of us were British before we were Canadian, after all. So, and we were just about to pass same-sex marriage legislation, for God's sake, you know? But when I went to the Exodus website online and passed my cursor over Canada, the lights lit up all over the country. And that showed me that there were storefront ministries in every single province, many storefront ministries in every single province, operating completely under the radar. And nobody was talking about it. And I just thought, where is everybody? Where is me in my 20s, you know? Where are the people talking about all this stuff? Why am I not hearing about it, about this upsurgence? And I started to do the research, and it really grabbed me and wouldn't let me go. Because really my first response had been, oh man, I don't care. I'm not a Christian. You know, if those people are still struggling, let them deal with it, you know. I really had gone into the left and the women's movement, and I was just starting to reclaim it, but I had cut myself off from my spirituality because I didn't think I had a choice, right? So I really was kind of like, I don't want to go back there. Besides, I'm done with that, right? I really don't have any difficult feelings about this anymore. I didn't really ever actually deal with it because I really knew too much, you know, to have those feelings. But I certainly didn't really want to go there. So as I did this and I realized how prevalent it was, I really started to feel grabbed by it, and I felt then a sense of responsibility. When I was asking the question, who's talking about this, I got the answer, maybe me. I'm a filmmaker. I work in television. I produce stuff. I could get it financed. So I guess it's me. And so then I entered the process of making this film, which was another profoundly challenging journey. And it really, in some ways, it just so mirrored and furthered and deepened my healing from fundamentalism. Because the first response really I had, the first thing I wanted to do was just to be angry. Before, when I'd been politically active, I was coming from this righteous, well, I felt it was a righteous rage position. I don't think it really was. I think it was just rage. But, you know, by that I mean there was kind of an indulgent quality to it and a flinging quality to it, you know? And a I'm not bad, you are quality to it, right? I'm not saying the rage is inappropriate, but the behavior, perhaps, you know? So I didn't want to be coming from that place. I mean, at first I did. I thought, well, you know, it's ridiculous. I started doing research, and I saw these guys in storefront ministries surrounding themselves with cute gay guys in crisis, right? They were like holding court with their architectural glasses and their pressed shirts, and they were totally hot, you know? And they were surrounded by totally hot, cute guys who were really, really upset, you know? And I just, you know, it was obvious to me that I could really dig in and go for the laugh here. And that I could go for what I had experienced before as a political community, that I knew how to do that. But when I really sat with it, I knew that I had to try and carve a new channel. But I couldn't go there anymore. We've done that stuff, right? We've flung back at the people who have flung at us. And where, you know, it doesn't work, right? It's just more abuse, really. I didn't want to do what had been done to me. So it got harder after that. But it got better. And one of the things that helped me was I saw a presentation by a documentary filmmaker, a veteran for whom I have enormous respect, who's made over 37 films with his brother, and that was Albert Maysles. I saw him, he did Grey Gardens and Gimme Shelter and many other fabulous films. I saw him speak, and he said, "You can never make a film about people you cannot love." And I really felt that in my body, you know. And how could I love people who were making such stupid choices? Judgment again, right? But so this was the journey that I'd taken on for myself. And what I came to is they're only people. I decided to see people as they are, as we are, and love us all in our humanity, and to say, wow, This is what we do to ourselves and to each other here on the earth plane. This hospital plane where souls come to heal. And as I moved into that space of loving and bearing witness, the film became more and more a meditation on the nature of fundamentalism through the lens of sexuality. Sexuality became my way into the subject of fundamentalism. It became a meditation on the kind of fracturing of the self that fundamentalism requires, the disassociation that I had experienced, and less about making my point, less about being right and more about bearing witness to things as they are. In the process, I felt so much more of the pain that I had been too smart to feel when I came out. And the more I felt, the more powerful I felt. The more I had access to myself, and the more I had access to the divine and everything that could fuel me to do this project. So the process really mirrored my own process and furthered my own process of healing from fundamentalism. I needed to put the relationships with my subjects as I made them, as I created them over the 3 years that I was in touch with them, these real people. I needed to put the process before the ends, or at least make it equal. My experience of fundamentalism so often has been that the ends always justify the means. That was my experience in my family. You know, my parents were able to say, do all manner of things, like just be incredibly controlling because it didn't matter. They had a laser focus on the end, and as long as they got there, they couldn't even see the damage they were doing on the way. It was not actually, I should say, it's not even actually that they felt it was okay to do damage. They just were blind to it.